The following is a commercial program paid in part by advertisers. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and are not those of Nexstar Broadcasting Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, about the people and the places where we live. There's a pride around here that's been growing with the years, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. Just look at all the reasons why we call this home. And I love living local. I come to in the low country. Said I'm loving living local. It's the only kind of air I want to breathe.
I've never.
Mike, can you put that cup?
Welcome to Living Local. Here with me right now, Josh Marthers. I'm so excited for you to be here.
I am very excited to be here, and I will tell you this: I don't know if it was a wise decision.
No, I think it was. I think
because
it's gonna be
we're
great.
kind of the cool kids in the back room that gets yelled at a lot.
Yep. I've been getting
And by
into a
cool
long
kids,
time.
I mean not at all.
Yeah, seriously, I love it. All right, well, first off, we're super excited. Our first live show.
Yeah.
So we're
And
making history here, folks.
Where else better to do it?
I know.
Than in the Culinary Village at the Charleston Wine and Food Festival. It has been a fantastic morning out here so far, and the weather is now cooperating nicely. It opened at 11:30, and did you notice what happened at 11:30?
It got hot. It's all
The
good out.
sky parted, and the sun came out,
Yep.
and here we go.
I think it's just because, we're here for this moment, Josh.
It was meant to be a good event. I think that's what it is.
Okay, so what I'm going to tell you about our first story coming up, we actually got to visit Bottles Beverage Superstore and hang out with them. They're super involved with the Charleston Wine and Food Festival.
Yep.
The other thing is they're big on finding local products, okay, from beer, wine, all kinds of things. So have you ever been into their store in
of
Mount
course,
Pleasant?
of course.
Yep, right off of Coleman Boulevard. So let's take a look at what they have to offer. Joining us today, Mike Van Byra. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right, so you've been here for 8 years, right? This
That's
is your
right.
8th year.
Yeah.
So talk about how the store's evolved over the years.
Well, we started in 2011, Halloween of that year, and we've evolved over 8 years into something different from when we started. So there's a lot more local products in here just because of the evolution of Charleston and that sort of thing. And it's been great, and we're a big part of the community, and we're very thankful. So.
Talking about local, I was just scanning some of your aisles. You have a ton of local beer here, right? And Charleston's really becoming known more. They're being on the map for some of the local products that we have, right?
Yeah, that's true. I moved here 20 years ago, and the store's been here for 8 years, like you mentioned. And when I moved here, there was one brewery and no distilleries, and obviously no wineries. But today, that's all changed. I think there's over 20 breweries now, and there's probably close to 5 distilleries. So, yeah, it's become a big thing here locally.
And that's what makes you different from all the others, right? Because you're really invested in local and finding new products all the time, right?
Yeah, we are. We have 2 stores, one here in Mount Pleasant and one in Columbia. So we're an independent. We're not a corporation. So we're able to bring in brand new products. We do that all the time. And especially if they're local, we want to help out obviously the local producers. So
because I got to be honest, when I saw how giant this store was, I was like, how is this a locally owned and operated store? But it's awesome because really this is a one-stop shop for everything, right?
Yeah, really. We're a box store, but we're also we're about selection and service as well. So we're kind of like that your local corner liquor wine shop. In a big box store. So we try to accommodate the public here locally. So we've done a good job so far.
And obviously you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
All right, now I'm a Somerville girl, and sometimes I get a little stressed out if I'm going to a party and I want to bring, I'm trying to make a good impression or something, and I don't want to bring some awful thing of wine or bottle of wine. How do you kind of educate people when they walk through the doors?
Well, first we get to find out, some pointy questions. Where are you going? What do you like to drink? And then what kind of money, how much money you want to spend, and that sort of thing. And so we kind of narrow it down that way. And we've got some terrific salespeople to help everybody. So we take it one step at a time and guide you along that way.
Because sometimes it can be intimidating, you know?
It is, and so we try to take all that out
I
of
love
the
it.
equation. Yeah. So.
Talk about some of the other things that people might not know that you have in here. I saw cigars, right?
Yeah, that's sort of a big thing, and it's always been popular since day one, since we've been here, and it's grown over the eight years as well. And it seems like it's coming back in vogue now. So yeah, that's another part of our business.
And you have on the other side of this going on for the ones that like liquor and things like that. You have all the mixers, pretty much everything they need, right?
One-stop shop.
I love it.
All right here.
All right, Mike. So what makes Bottles different from all the other stores around?
Well, a couple different things. First is the selection that we have in all three parts of the store. Liquor, wine, beer, we've got the best selection in the city. And that's just not us saying it, it's the customers coming in here. And that's why they come in. You're going to find things in here that you're not going to find in other places. Second is the service. We've got just terrific people helping people out here on the floor, super knowledgeable in every phase, liquor, wine, and beer as well. And you know, the fact that we sell real products, real wine, real beer, real liquor. If you go into some other places, they're selling new labels. There's dozens of them out there, and you don't know where they're coming from. There's no real wineries behind them, and that's sort of what other people do. We don't do that. We sell real products, so that's a big focus.
And I have to ask you this question because this always stresses me out when I go and try to find wine and there's all these stickers, saying best 5-star whatever.
Right.
Typically, like, what does that even mean?
Well, we try not to confuse people with that sort of thing.
Because that's what I see in all the other stores. I'm thinking it's kind of like an Allure Best of Beauty, like, oh, this must be good, and it has been an epic fail many, many times.
Yeah, a lot of places the distributors are sort of running the show. They don't hear us, so we try to make it less confusing with all those signs and point of sale type things, and we rely more on the salespeople helping you out than sort of the signage around products. So,
I love it. All right, and before we go, let's talk about some of the tastings and events you have.
We do tastings Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursdays is our tap takeover on the beer side. So it's from 4:30 to 7, and we try to feature local breweries. If not, it's more regional, and beer is free. Everyone loves free beer, right? So, and then Friday, Saturday is also free. We do wine tastings. Friday, it's starts at 4 and that goes to 6 o'clock. And then on the liquor side as well, we do tastings over there from Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday, it's from 2 to 6. Free tastings, wine, and liquor as well.
I love it. So I'm going to definitely have to stop by.
Sounds good.
That. All right. Thanks,
Great.
Mike, for having me again. And for more information, head online to shopbottles.com. I mean, I really have the best job ever, I gotta be honest.
I would say both of us pretty much are tied for that.
Hey, cheers there.
By the way, what are you working on?
It's a Tito's strawberry Moscow Mule or something like that.
Okay, all right, I can live with that.
Hey, listen, I'm going with it. I'm already waiting.
I went a little more traditional, a little more plain, just a beer.
That was from Beer Garden, right?
But, yeah, this is from the Beer Garden right over there. This is the Tropic of Thunder by Stone, and it's a lager. It's really good. It kind of got a mango, grapefruit. I'm not sure exactly what's in it, but it's pretty good.
You have such a palate. All right,
that's
more,
good stuff.
Much more Living Liquid coming your way. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll see you.
Welcome back to Living Local. We're live here at the Charleston Wine and Food Festival. Joining us today, we have Josh Marthers. Thanks
Good
for being
afternoon.
here. All right, so our next story. I went to St. Stephen.
Yep.
A man there, local man, makes handmade knives incredible.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, he has actually made knives for some of the very popular chefs here in Charleston.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's somebody we featured on Low Country Eats out at Fat Hen.
Yep.
Fred uses his materials, and I think you said Sean Brock uses them too, right?
Yes, he does too. And this is an 8-inch chef knife and paring knife. Very good stuff. He said, Ashley, make sure you bring it back because they're
I wouldn't
very
mind
nice.
having them in my kitchen. I can tell you that right now.
All right, well, let's take a look.
I want to breathe life back into the American dream.
Quentin Middleton says that vision started right here in this modest shed in St. Stephen, South Carolina.
Henry Ford started something. The Dodge brothers started something. They started in their garage. It started somewhere, and I thought to myself, why can't it be me?
Those humble beginnings still deeply rooted for this local craftsman, as his dream is bigger for those following in his footsteps.
It's something that I love to do, and what drives me and what gets me up in the morning is to see my children get up and go to school, and to know that I'm providing something for them in the future. Basically, that American dream. I'm building something so they can be owners of it later. To be the CEO of this huge company, I tell them, let daddy be the grunt now, and you be the CEO later.
Because adversity sharpens the blade.
I work between 8 to 12 hours a day. And like, I thought as an entrepreneur that I would work less hours. That was a lie.
And it takes effort to grind out each and every knife.
Like how long it takes me to make a knife, it took me 16 years. that's one, and that's because it took me 16 years to get the skills that I know now. And I can make one knife in 8 hours.
Middleton is a master craftsman dedicated to perfecting his point.
Basically, I want everybody to enjoy my knives. I've done extensive research on Japanese knives, European knives, and I've basically kind of meshed all those aspects of those different cultures and different knives into what I make.
Middleton says popular culture has thrust the knife-making business into the mainstream. But similar to other art forms, perfecting the craft can be a lifelong endeavor.
Well, knife making it has been a lost art for a while, but like since this TV show Forged in Fire kind of came up, like there's like this big boom of knife makers coming out of the woodworks. I'm pretty sure I'm getting an email right now asking, can you teach me how to make a knife? Or anything like that.
Another key ingredient to his success,
it's the passion, it's the love. Like when you have a dull knife, it makes cooking a task or chore. Like you say, like, oh, I gotta cut onions. Like, oh, I gotta cut this meat. But like when you have something sharp and it feels good and it looks good, you're excited and like, oh, I want to cut up these onions. And girl, look at my knife, and like stuff like that. Like you just feel happy, and that kind of transfer into your food. And then like when you're feeling happy, your food is happy. Then the people that's eating your food, they're happy. Like it basically end up a great night.
Middleton says that passion, no matter which way you slice it, is why these knives are in the hands of some of Charleston's very best. But just like most things in life, it takes some time and a lot of perseverance.
Yeah, I made a long list of every top chef in Charleston. I made a list of where there were Sean Brock, Craig Deal, Jeremiah Bacon, Donald Brinkman, Fred Duvall. The list goes on. I mean, heavy hitters in Charleston that basically made Charleston what it is today. I called every last one of them. They turned me down like, oh, this is nice. Or a lot of times I wouldn't even get in contact with them. But what I can say now, pretty much every last one of them have my knife now. Like, so they're friends now. Like, and especially Sean Brock, he's a really good friend of mine. He used my steak knives in McCrady's and Husk, and things like that. Like, it's fun to be able to work with other chefs, me as a craftsman, and they're craftsmen as well, and be able to work together. And it's a big time blessing.
Middleton explains that his knives have come to be must-haves in many kitchens.
And people always ask me they ask me that question, like, what makes your knife different, and what's to set it apart? Basically, I can have a knife set out in a store, but a lot of times it's my story, or they feel like, oh, this guy's nice, or he's handsome, or anything like that. Like they like me, and that's what really draws people to my knives. It's my personality, and of course it's a great knife.
It's his secret way of playing a major role in the art of a meal.
I do have a standard knife, but I do make custom knives. There are some people that are very finicky about what they prefer, or what they would want to use. Yes, I can cater to them. Basically, like if they want something very flexible or something very rigid or very heavy, I have the ability to do that.
Alrighty, I'm already starting to feel the drink, the cocktail.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Quentin will be here, so you definitely need to check him out. He's literally right across the way. And we also have a special Low Country Eats coming, right?
We do, and that's coming up here. We're going to kind of do a best of, all right?
Best of.
Plus, we're also going to be talking with Anthony, who is one of the head chefs here. Actually, he's the chef chair of this event. And he's going to be talking about an event they're doing tonight called Smoking in the Boys Room, which features female pitmasters. Such a cool event, and that's happening in Charleston tonight. We're going to talk about that coming up next.
Low Country Eats, sponsored by Old Charleston Trading Company.
Cheers. So we have a special edition of Low Country Eats this week because, after all, it is the 14th Charleston Wine and Food Festival. And with me is the chef chair, Anthony DiBernardo. Anthony, always good to see you. We're at Swig and Swine, which is your spot. You guys are now getting ready to celebrate your 5th year.
Yes, sir.
And you're helping out with a really cool event tonight, which is called Smoking in the Boys Room. Tell us a little bit about that and what makes it so unique to this year's festival.
We've taken the barbecue concept, which normally we feature at the finale on Sunday, moved it to Friday night this year, and we've taken the female pit masters around the country and putting them in the limelight. So guys like me are just going to take a back seat, do what we can to support them. This year I'll be partnering up with Tiffany Faison from Boston, Massachusetts, Sweet Cheeks Q, and I'll also be supporting your own Natalie Morales at the event, doing a recipe out of her book as well.
Okay, now this is a sold-out event, of course.
It is.
But you know, you can still follow along with this and through other events as well through the weekend. Tell us a little bit about what else you guys have going on through Sunday.
We're jam-packed, so I myself will be at the event Smoking in the Boys Room on Friday. I'll be on the Cowboy Cauldron at Marion Square Saturday for grilling and chilling. And then I'll be supporting a young lady coming out of New Orleans, Louisiana, Martha Wiggins.
Okay.
She'll be my guest at the finale called Southern Renaissance Sunday night at the Cigar Factory.
You know, it sounds like a great weekend. Lots going on. Anthony, thanks so much for spending a little time with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Head over to charlestonwineandfood.com for more information, and we'll see you at Charleston Wine and Food Festival.
I just love your packages. I think those are awesome stories. I mean, everyone loves them.
We have a really good time.
Okay, so I want to ask you some questions real quick about these, though. How do you decide which, restaurants to highlight?
It depends. You know, sometimes I'll just pass something and go, huh,
I want to try that.
that looks interesting.
Have you
and
always
I'll make
been
the
a
call.
foodie?
I wouldn't call myself a foodie. I just like to eat. I mean,
and he's keeping it 100 here, folks.
You can tell that.
No, come on now.
It's you know, it is what it is. But that's it. You know, I'll pass by it. Sometimes I take viewer suggestions. Sometimes the chef will reach out to me. Sometimes a customer will reach out to me and be like, "Hey, I was here. You need to go check these guys out." It just depends.
And the Charleston culinary scene obviously has evolved so much over the years. Do you think that's really I mean, every day I feel like something new is opening up, and you're really showing the Low Country what it has to offer.
It is, and I'll tell you, it's hard to keep up because it's expanding so much. But it's fun.
You look like you
that's
have a
the
great
thing.
time, not a bad gig.
You're never ever going to run out of new things to try, and that's the best part about this explosion of the food and beverage scene that we've seen here in Charleston over the past 5 years.
Okay, real quick, your favorite Low Country chef?
Oh my gosh.
Dun dun dun.
We have worked with so many over the past year and a half, almost 2 years.
Look, whoever thought I
you
would
stumped
stump
me.
Josh Marthers, speechless. I love it.
You know, I will say I've got a couple that stand out. Miriam Green at Buckshots in McClellanville. Miriam is her own little personality that is just so warm. It's like you're talking to your grandmother. And you don't even have to ask. She's going to give you advice. She gives you life advice while you're talking to her. She'll cook you one heck of a meal. You've got Fred out at Fat Hen, who is a character of his own.
I'm sure the list could go on.
I mean, there's so many of these that I can talk about.
All right, Josh. Well, Low Country Eats, you can see it all the time on Living Local. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, Josh. I just want to thank you so much. I know your head is getting all kinds
Oh
of
my
sunburn,
gosh!
but I really appreciate
Hey,
you coming out.
I've been dealing with this chrome dome for years.
Okay, good.
I tell you what, it's been fun being here. My next stop is trying some of this. This is locally made
pure
here.
Fluff. That's what it's called.
It looks
Cotton
like it. It's
candy.
cotton candy.
And then
I
the
can't
pretzels
wait.
from Beer Garden.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, this is going to be a
thanks
good
again
weekend.
for being here. And it's getting so packed here. You got to get out here. 2019 Charleston Wine and Food Festival.
All right, we will see you later. Be sure to join us for News 2 starting again at 4 o'clock.